Hello, my name is Dean Cushing, and welcome to my podcast, The World Around Us. Today we have a special guest, my brother, Jonathan Cushing, who's going to be talking about climate change and how it related to an event that happened around 300 million years ago called the Caroniferous Rainforest collapse. Without further ado, please welcome my brother, Jonathan Cushing. Thank you, Dean. So today we are going to be talking about the Caroniferous Rainforest collapse. And I'm sure some of you are sitting at home wondering, what the heck is that? Well, luckily I am here to tell you exactly what it is. The Caroniferous Rainforest collapse was a rainforest collapse that triggered the extinction of many species approximately 300 to 310 million years ago during what was known as the Carboniferous period. As the first known vertebrates on land began to increase, the rainforest began to collapse. Scientists infer that this is because of a shift in climate from a steamy and tropical climate to a drier and more seasonal climate. The climatical changes that happened during the time is ultimately what caused the rainforest to collapse, as many of the plants were not able to sustain the climatic changes and because they changed so fast and so suddenly. Many scientists are inferring that this is because of a chain of volcanic eruptions in the area surrounding the rainforest, and that the gases emitted damaged the plants, the food sources, and the atmosphere, which ultimately led to the climate change. The drier climate had a negative impact on both plants and tetrapods, which were the first known vertebrates on land. Many plant species became extinct because they were unable to adapt to the shift in climate that followed the rainforest collapse, and also because there was a lack of water sources. Scientists knew that there were a lack of water sources by tracing the fossils of tetrapods during the time. These fossils showed that the creatures adapted to the rainforest collapse by moving locations, and they were able to infer that this was because of a lack of water sources. After the collapse, tetrapods were impacted so much because they are amphibians, which means that they rely on water to reproduce in, and as well as to be an ecosystem for them. They were able to adapt to this by expanding, which shows that although the rainforest collapse had a bunch of negative impacts on the world, it also had the positive impact of actually expanding the vertebrates across the world and allowing new species to form, because different species formed based on the climate that they were living in at the time. I just want to take the time to say thank you to Dean. I hope that you continue to have a successful podcast, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. It was a pleasure having you on the podcast today, Jonathan. To my audience, I want to have one open-ended question. Feel free to answer in the comments, but I really want you guys to think about this one. My question is, what do you think would happen if there was a rainforest collapse today? Do you think there would be a greater impact on the environment or a lesser impact than there was 300 million years ago? I hope you guys really enjoyed today's episode on the podcast. Like and subscribe. I hope you have a great day.